Happy Tuesday to all my State of Sorrel followers out there. So just a couple of random topics of conversation today. One being the Nebraska coach. I don't know if all of you have seen the comments that he said in 2011 about some fans, but they're pretty foul and explicit, so I can't refer to them right here. But I will say I would be offended if I was a Nebraska fan, and I probably wouldn't forget that so easily, like he thinks that they're just going to forgive and forget. So if you are a Nebraska fan or just a college football fan, would you forgive your coach easily when he said stuff like that about you, even though it was a year ago? Another thing is Clowney of South Carolina is now day-to-day with a foot injury, so a couple of videos back I probably wasn't so wrong about being able to outrun him, because I'm sure that's pretty painful. And he says he wants to sit out and not do anything about maybe getting surgery on it until later. Well, newsflash, if you're going to try and draft in the NFL, I would try and get that surgery done prior to doing that. Just saying, if you want to make a career out of football. Thirdly, we have Mr. Pryor saying that Ohio State doesn't accept him. Boo-hoo. But he probably should have thought of that before he sold his rings and gear for tattoos. He obviously loves those tattoos more than he respected that university, so those are my thoughts on that. I'm sure they'll forgive you at some point. Lastly, the NCAA came back and said they're standing firm behind the fact that they're not going to pay any players. That's great. I think that's wonderful. They're actually backing one of the decisions that they made. However, I think within time they're going to have to do something about all of this. So, what are your thoughts on if you would forgive the Nebraska coach, if that was your coach talking to you, or if you are a Nebraska fan, are you going to forgive him? Do you think Clowney should get foot surgery right now versus waiting later? Thirdly, do you think Ohio State should accept Pryor back? Or do you think he just needs to stop whining about it because he has his tattoos anyway? And lastly, what do you think the NCAA is finally going to do about all this paying players business? I know we've talked about it a lot, but I feel like it's just an important topic of conversation when it comes to college football and the NCAA as a whole. So anyway, signing off.